Coming up on Cedar Valley today, a look at cybersecurity when it comes to voting. Wartburg College concert bands are gearing up for fall performances. And Wartburg is getting ready for fall with festivities on Monday. This is Cedar Valley Today. Wartburg College students are making their political opinions known. Hello and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Sam Side. With the final presidential debate recently and election day coming up, students are figuring out who they are voting for. Several students around Wartburg's campus were asked who they're voting for and why.
I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton because I come from a Democratic family.
I'm going to be voting for Hillary Clinton because I feel she is by far the most qualified candidate, and she, unlike Donald Trump, she has a specific plan of how to run our country.
The person I'm voting.
I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton because I come from a Democratic family.
I'm going to be voting for Hillary Clinton because I feel she is by far the most qualified candidate, and she, unlike Donald Trump, she has a specific plan of how to run our country.
The person I'm voting for is Gary Johnson because I really don't agree with a lot of Hillary Clinton's policies, and I really can't stand Donald Trump either.
And I actually don't plan on voting, mostly because I don't like either candidate. Typically I would. I know it's important to vote.
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because I honestly believe she's going to be a good president. I think when I look at her past record as what she's done, I think she genuinely cares about people.
I am voting for Hillary due to the fact that she is the most qualified candidate for this position.
Right now I am kind of in between, and I think I'm going to vote independent because the lesser of two evils is still evil. So I don't agree with either one of them's mannerisms or what they've done in the past.
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because, unlike some candidates who have businesses that go bankrupt, she knows what she's doing.
Then I will be voting for Hillary Clinton this election, simply because I think she's the most qualified. She's had years of government experience. She knows how to get things done. And
I will be voting for Hillary Clinton in this upcoming election, primarily because I think Trump will lead this country down a path that it shouldn't go.
Students can still register to vote either online, by phone, or by mail. With less than a month to go until the election, 36 states are now asking for the federal government for help with voting system cybersecurity. 20 states have reported attempted hacks surrounding state election systems. The Department of Homeland Security says it can take up to 2 weeks from the time they receive the authorization to run scans and identify liabilities. They can then take at least an additional week for state and local election officials to deal with the liabilities. The DHS encourages election agencies to notify them of any concerns about the cybersecurity services. A body was found yesterday in Bremer County. On Wednesday, October 19th, the Bremer County Sheriff's Office received a report of human remains located near a residence north of Horton. The body was found by a local farmer around 1:30 p.m. while harvesting a cornfield. An investigation of the scene suggests the remains are those of Cloris Mayman, who went missing on July 5th. An autopsy has been scheduled for identification and to determine the cause of death. No foul play is suspected, and the family has been notified. The Waterloo Police Department is asking for the public's help. Waterloo Police Department is currently investigating several counterfeit bills that were passed at Hy-Vee on Amesboro Avenue. As part of the investigation, they would like to speak to the women in these pictures. The women were last seen leaving the parking lot in the pictured vehicle. Anyone with information is asked to call the Waterloo Police Department at 319-291-4340, extension 7, or Cedar Valley Crime Stoppers at 855-300-HIPS. A cash reward is available. The Cedar Falls Police Department will participate in a national effort to remove potentially dangerous drugs from medicine cabinets. This is an opportunity for citizens to turn in expired, unwanted, or unused medications to law enforcement for destruction. Citizens can anonymously drop these medications off at the Cedar Falls Police Department from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Saturday. The DEA will not accept liquids, needles, or sharps. Next, ETK plans a fall event. Stay with us.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Fall has reached Wartburg College, and Entertainment Tonight is hoping to embrace it with their next event. ETK's Fall Festival is from 5:30 to 8 p.m. on Monday, October 24th. The festival will be held in the Wartburg ballrooms and will feature a variety of fall activities, including crafts, pumpkin decorating, and fall-themed snacks. The event is free to attend for students. ETK exec member Zach Ryder says last year's festival was a huge success, with over 150 students decorating pumpkins.
It's just going to have like a bunch of different like Pinterest arts and crafts. You can paint pumpkins. There'll be make your own trail mix where you can put like popcorn, different materials in there to make your own trail mix for a snack. There'll be apple cider. It's just a bunch of fun activities that reel you in for the fall.
Wartburg College concert bands are gearing up for their fall concert. The ensembles have been preparing for the concert by taking their group photos, playing pieces in rehearsals, and connecting with their music. Symphonic Band's concert is Saturday, November 5th at 4 p.m., and Wind Ensemble's concert is later on that night at 7:30 and performs again on that Sunday at 2.
Well, this year's students have been great. They're definitely, we had a lot of open spots after the seniors last year left, and we're just a huge mix of freshmen through seniors, like all different majors, and we've just been like a huge one big happy family, and it's been really awesome.
After the break, we take a look at what's trending in the Cedar Valley. Here's what's trending in the Cedar Valley. Well, break out your pointy hat and your broom because it's time for the second annual Witches Walk in downtown Cedar Falls. Shop, dine, and enjoy spooktacular sales at more than 25 participating businesses. Witchy wear is encouraged. Grab your witches and join us for a spell in downtown Cedar Falls. The event is tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Broom parking will be available. A preseason coaches poll went out among the Iowa Conference basketball coaches, and their rivals think Wartburg will be pretty successful. The men's basketball team is projected to get second place in the conference this season, and the women's team is projected to win it all. This comes as no surprise to some after the women's spectacular Cinderella run to the Final Four last season. Now let's take a look at your local weather.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
That's
Well, fall break is upon us, which means that the transition from fall to winter sports is nearly here. Joining us this morning is something of an expert on that subject, dual sport athlete Aaron Jones. Thanks for coming in. So we'll start off with volleyball. That's what we're in right now. So as of now, there are only 4 games before the Iowa Conference tournament. You guys are basically guaranteed a spot at this point. So what are you guys doing to prepare for that?
Well, coming off of our game against Loris, we had a 10-day break until we play again, which is tonight. And so for over those 10 days, we kind of were using that as a body break, a mental and physical break, while having a chance to watch more film on when we're successful and when we struggle and what kind of is going on at those times. I think the break was really good for us to push through the rest of the season and be at our best volleyball coming forward in the next month. But you just got to do what works, and we've had a really successful season, and we're able to bounce back when things aren't going great for us, which any good team should be able to do. So I think just preparing with how we've always been preparing, and we'll do our thing.
So I guess what's the overall goal then? I mean, obviously, winning the Iowa Conference is probably there, but would you say that you guys are capable of winning a national championship?
I think so, yes. I think that if we're playing our best volleyball come early November and we're playing together and we're playing to our strengths, there's no doubt in my mind that we can do anything we want to do.
And you've definitely been a huge part of that. You've gone on a tirade this season. So let's move on to basketball then. You're the starting center, or you're probably going to be. Obviously, last season was a pretty big deal. What sort of pressure does last year's Final Four run have on this year's team?
I wouldn't call it pressure. I think it's motivation. I think bringing back a lot of our strengths from last year and bringing in a lot of new strengths with our freshman class is only going to build on what we did last year. We obviously have big shoes to fill, losing Bobby and Kaylee, but those two were great leaders last year and showed us what we need to do and how to get things done. And I think that only knowing what we're capable of is going to help us. I don't know that there's really pressure because we trust in each other and we trust in our process, and we know our coaches are doing the best they can for us, and they're great mentors. So I think it's going to be a great season.
So there are no seniors on the team this year, right?
Right.
So being a returning starter, how does that put any pressure on you?
I think that, last year only having 2, it kind of was an opportunity for the rest of us to be leaders as well on the court and during practices and stuff. So I think that we're ready for it, but it is a little different being like a junior, having to step into senior shoes. But I think that something that's special to Wartburg basketball is that there's no issues with team chemistry. So it's not like you have to deal with the struggle of connecting with your other players and teammates. So I think that it'll work out really well, having however many junior seniors that we have this year to work together to kind of lead and help push our team to be better every day.
So I mentioned earlier on in the show that your rivals predicted that you'd win the conference this year. Obviously, that's a big goal, but will that be enough after last year?
No, we're going to keep pushing to make it through the season. Obviously, our goal is to make it further than last year, which is the goal, I think, of every sports team ever. But no, we're not going to ever be satisfied with our season, and I think that's going to motivate us more to keep pushing through.
So as a commentator, I called a lot of your games last season. I really have a lot of faith in this team. Do you? I assume you do.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So practices started this week, right?
Yeah, I think they're on day 5 right now. And I miss about the first month usually of season, but it's a quick transition because all my teammates help me, so I'm not too worried about it.
Great. Well, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thank you very much
again.
for having me.
Thanks for watching this morning. Be sure to come to the volleyball game tonight. The Knights will take on Central at 7 o'clock. They also have a game tomorrow against Simpson at 3 o'clock p.m. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more content. Have a great day, Cedar Valley.